There have been so many kits coming out recently that I feel like I can't even keep up. Last week, they released 3 new kits, and next week, they're releasing 2 more. So that makes 5 kits this month, and not even just in a month. Over the course of 2 weeks, they're gonna release 5 kits for The Sims 4. I'm hoping this isn't gonna become a norm, and it's more just a special occasion because of the 25th anniversary coming up. But seriously, I feel like I haven't even finished testing out the previous kits, and now there's more coming out. So in this video today, we're gonna make a house using both Don Lothario's kit and Bella Goth's kit. This should be kind of an interesting challenge because the 2 of them are very different. So just in case you haven't seen these yet, because there have been so many, the first is the Secret Sanctuary kit. And these are weird because they're like a combo of create a sim and build stuff. So it's like a smaller build kit because it also has some clothing. And this one is Bella Goth inspired. It's got some fancy red and black furniture. There's like a jewelry box and a gallery wall. We've got a fireplace. This item is a really fancy bookcase door. You can see it open right here in this screenshot. And then the other one is the Casanova cave kit that's inspired by Don Lothario. Same thing, smaller selection of build items because it's got Cass in it. But this one's a little bit more like man cave entertainment space vibes. It has a record player and a games table and this absolutely enormous TV. It's also a little bit more modern in style. So I feel like these two don't normally go together very well. And that's why I decided to make a set of townhouses with them. So we're gonna build 2 houses today, but it's sort of like a duplex, so they're attached. The left side belongs to Dawn and the right side belongs to Bella. You might want to grab a snack for this because the video is kind of long. And let's just dive straight into the speed build and I'll kind of start walking you through what I built. So we're making this in Windenburg. I decided to make kind of a Tudor style house for a couple of reasons. I feel like I don't really build residential rentals in Windenburg very often. So it seemed like maybe a good opportunity to try that. And I also thought that it sort of matched both of their vibes because Windenburg has a lot of really old fancy houses. These like older Tudor homes, but it's also got some more modern houses and some that have been renovated. So it seemed like maybe Dawn's could be a renovated version and Bella's could be a more traditional version. That's the best that I could come up with for a way to combine these 2 packs together, and I think that it worked out in the end. The exterior of the townhouses is basically identical, just flipped. You'll see more of the changes coming in with the interior, although Dawn has like a slightly more modern looking addition than Bella does. And this part, I'm gonna have to ask you to just trust the process because me trying to figure out the roof was a nightmare. Looking back on this, I'm like, wow, okay, this is pretty bad. I was going back and forth so much on how I wanted to do it, and I swear it does work out, and it's not as horrifying and scary as it looks right now. It's gonna be okay. Just give it a minute. But I did make this as a residential rental, so it's using the for rent stuff to make it sort of like a custom apartment. And I tried to stagger the 2 houses, hopefully to make it a little bit more obvious where the difference between them is. Super hard to tell right now, I think, but once we get further in, it kind of becomes a little bit more clear as we're doing it. You can also see the beginnings on the left side of the building, that little tiny glass roof. That's the beginnings of Dawn's special modern addition. He's got like a full glass building that I turned into a gym for him over there. I actually had a lot of fun envisioning the differences between what these houses would have because they both have pretty decent sized like side yards. So I put like hot tubs in them and little grill spaces, and I was trying to picture what would Dawn's look like, what would Bella's look like. But saying that, I don't know if I actually think that Bella Goth like lives in this house because I don't love the idea of her moving, and I didn't really decorate the house like for the Goth family. I was just decorating a house inspired by Bella. So it's almost like a weird alternate universe Bella that lives here. My Twitch chat was saying how maybe it's like a Bella clone or like some person who wants to be Bella, so they're trying to copy her. And that's why they live here. But I could see Don living in his side, and I think that's just because he doesn't really have a house. Like, he kind of just mooches off the calientes, so this feels like it could be his space, whereas Bella's, she has a house, and she has a family, and I don't really want to take her away from that. And as we're getting started, a couple other little disclaimers, I guess. I did not use a budget on this build. I just kind of winged it and spent whatever I wanted to. And I also did not limit packs on this build, so we really used a lot of packs in this one. It's kind of bad. I just built a couple starter homes using these kits with just the base game and the new kit. And that was kind of a fun challenge, although a slightly different vibe than what we've got going on here. But at least that is a limited pack build. And considering that massive base game update is coming for the The Sims 4 in a couple of weeks, I can imagine that we'll be doing a lot of base game building pretty soon. So hopefully that makes it up to you. And actually, let's talk about that for a second, because there's a lot of stuff going on with The Sims right now. Tons of news and big things because of the anniversary. First of all, there is a massive sale that just started, and Life and Death is on sale for the first time. It hasn't been on sale yet, and it is on sale right now. So if you've been thinking about getting that pack and you were waiting, I think it's 25% off, which is definitely better than paying full price. But most of the packs are pretty heavily discounted, and if you're gonna buy anything in this sale, I would really encourage you to use somebody's creator code at checkout. It only works on the EA app, but it's a free way for you to support Sims creators. You do not have to use mine. I just wanted to mention it because if you are already gonna buy packs, it's a way for you to support Sims creators for free, and then EA makes less money. Like, it doesn't cost you anything extra. They just have to pay money out to a Sims creator instead. I'm sure a lot of you probably watch multiple Sims creators online. Maybe they're on YouTube or Twitch. Maybe they're a CC creator that you like. The creator codes are usually just their username. Like, mine is just lilsimsie, but you can look on their social media. They probably have it posted somewhere in like a video description or somewhere. Just, if you're gonna buy a Sims pack during the sale, please use somebody's creator code. Aside from the sale, there's also gonna be an update this week. It should be on the 28th, I think. I doubt it'll be a big update, but they said that they're gonna be trying to fix that weird clutter bug that we've been having recently, where a lot of the clutter from the base game and the everyday clutter kit isn't showing up in the catalog. I don't know if you've been seeing that, but if you have and you're like, what is going on with my game? It's not just you. And they're supposed to fix that on Tuesday. And then there's 2 new kits coming out on Thursday. Those 2 kits are CC creator kits. So the custom content creators made the entire kit themselves, kind of like the Cozy Kitsch kit and the Sweet Slumber Party kit that came out a couple months ago, which I think are some of the best kits that have ever been made. Like, I think Cozy Kitsch has gotta be maybe my favorite Sims kit of all time. I said that yesterday and my Twitch chat was like, Kayla, what about your kit? Which is different, okay? That's a different situation. Obviously, I like my kit, but I mean, like, aside from that, you know? And kits are always good for different reasons. Like, my kit is kind of a clutter kit, so it's good for a clutter kit, but other kits have more furniture. Other kits, like the castle kit, have more build stuff. And you can't really compare, like, the castle kit and my kit because they're so different. They don't really have anything in common. But anyway, 2 new kits are coming out next week. The first one is a business chic like cast kit with some kind of fancy business wear, and the other one is called the refined living room set, and it's going to be a furniture set. So I'm pretty excited about those. I just can't believe that they're coming out so fast. Like, I honestly can't believe that they're releasing them so soon after the other ones just came out. We usually get 2 kits at a time, and it's maybe like 2 kits every couple of months or every few months, but in this case, for 5 to come out in 2 weeks is just unbelievable. And obviously most people aren't gonna buy all of those kits. Like, nobody can be paying $25 for a bunch of Sims kits all at once, but still, I'm really surprised that they're doing that. It just goes to show you that the kits are basically printing money for them. Like, it's very easy for them to make and release kits, especially the CC creator kits, because they aren't even doing the work, the CC creator is. So they can release them at this frequency now because it's so easy for them to make. And I don't know how I feel about that. I do like having more Sims content, and obviously, like, with these 2 kits, I like these kits. I've had fun building with them, but could I do without them? Probably. Let's talk about this kit in particular though, because right now I'm finally starting to do the furnishing of Dawn's side of the house, and this one is super different from my usual vibes. So as you can see, it's very dark in here. It's quite modern. I've got a lot of wood tones and black accents. I also use this kind of like orange and blue swatch of that base game rug, which I don't think I've ever used before. That might be the first time that I've ever used that swatch, and I kind of like it for this space. I try to tie in a lot of like brown and gold accents with it too. I also use some kind of funky ceiling lights that I don't normally go for. Like, the one above the coffee table is from Lovestruck. It's kind of shaped like a rose. The couch is from Dawn's kit. He's got his record player. I use the Spa Day kitchen counters, which I also very rarely go for. I don't even know when I last used them, to be honest. I don't like a lot of the colors on those counters, so I don't pick them up very often. And I also don't build a lot of modern houses, and they're quite modern looking. I even use the industrial loft kit in here with the chairs because they kind of have that cute orange color. So I was honestly really proud of how this turned out, especially because it's so different for me and I never really build stuff like this. I was like, wow, I'm not terrible at building modern houses. It was kind of a relief that it turned out okay. But as a kind of layout overview for him, you can see he's got like a small breakfast nook in the back corner, and then there's an archway next to it. that archway is gonna go into Dawn's gym space. So that whole big glass room is just gonna have gym equipment in it. He also has a basement staircase right there, and if you go down the basement, he's got like his man cave vibe. And I put like the card table, I used a foosball table, he has a bar in the basement, sort of that kind of thing. And there's also a small half bathroom in this downstairs area, like right next to the couch. I was really pleased with the layout of this house. You'll see in a minute, but when I go upstairs, there's also 2 bedrooms up there. We've got like a really fancy primary bedroom with a walk-in closet and a fancy bathroom. And then I made the other bedroom into an office. So it's really just a 1-bedroom house, but he's got a gym and a bar and like all these extra things. I feel like I normally build family houses in The Sims because that's just more how I play. Like typically my Sims have big families and a bunch of kids, and so I usually build houses that have a lot of kids' bedrooms. It's rare that I make a space that is this elaborate and still just 1 bedroom. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. I can also totally see myself placing this house in my other saves and then making like a fancy bachelor kind of guy to live in this house. Because you're always trying to get townies to fill up your sim save, and this one has a lot of room for them because it's 2 units. This unit could sleep like 1 or 2 sims. The one next door has 4 bedrooms. So you can put a whole family next door, and then it's a nice use of the lot. So this is like the 4th thing that I've built with Dawn's kit now. And I feel like now that I've used it a bit more, I've got a better idea for how I feel about the kit. It's hard to review things sometimes when you're basing it off first impressions. Like, it's often a little bit easier to actually talk about it once you've used it a little bit more. And the thing about this kit is that I like almost all of the items. Like, even the TV, I do like. I just feel like it's gonna be really hard for me to use long term. Like, you kind of have to build a house specifically to use that TV. It's gonna be hard to fit it into a normal space because it's so big and so fancy. Not everybody can have this giant TV with built-ins, and maybe if you're making like a cool movie room or something, it could be good. I could see myself using it for a movie theater type space because I like it better than how the movie hangout ones look. But really, it's like a big giant projector screen, and we have something like that from Get Famous too. And the Get Famous one doesn't have all of the stuff around it, which almost makes it easier to use because it can fit in more spaces. The bonus of the stuff around it is that it makes it kind of a statement piece without you having to put a lot of extra work into it. That TV will look really good without you having to make detail work around it, and that's helpful too. But I know myself, and this just isn't my style. Like, I'm not gonna use the TV very often. I think the couch is one of the biggest standouts of the kit for me. I'll probably use the couch a lot. The couch and also the record player are my 2 favorite things from the pack. It's got a couple nice pieces of art. One of them is a jersey, and we have a lot of jerseys already, so while I like this one, I don't really feel like I need it, because the other packs that I have already have them. City Living has jerseys, Kids Room stuff has jerseys, like there's already stuff like that, and you only need so many. I'm not really a big sports person, so I don't even use the ones that we have. I don't need a second one. But the other picture is just a nice framed poster, and it's got some fun swatches, and I'll probably use that a lot too. I also like the card table from this pack, because it's a little bit fancier. It's kind of got like some marble on it, and the other card tables in the game are kind of more rustic because they're wooden and older looking, so that's nice to have. I personally am not inspired by the cast that comes in this pack. We haven't really talked about it in this video, but obviously it's half a cast pack, and I just don't feel a need to have those items. They're not bad, I like them. I'm just not really a cast player, so I'm never gonna be inspired by a Create a Sim pack. I probably wouldn't buy most of the Create a Sim kits if I wasn't a YouTuber, and this one is definitely not high on my list. I don't really have a desire for Dawn Lothario clothing. Like, that's just not really for me. So I honestly probably wouldn't buy this pack. On the other hand, if you are looking to spend just $5 on The Sims and you're looking to have a mix of clothing and build buy stuff, and if this is your style, this might be a good purchase for you. It's just so dependent on everybody's individual preferences and like how we all play The Sims that it's hard to give blanket recommendations. But I do like it. I like what it is. It's just maybe not my favorite out of all of the packs. Does that make sense? We're moving on to the outside now, and I'm just putting in some little things like a grill. I put a pizza oven. I gave him a hot tub. You might have also seen in the gym, I used a lot of the gym stuff from Lovestruck in there. So he's got like the weight clutter. I also used a couple things from my kit. I didn't think that my kit would work out very very well for Dawn's space, but I've got some shelves that are pretty simple and small, so I use them in his room. I use my plant, I gave him my LED sign from my kit, and I also use the video game controllers because I feel like he would probably have a video game console. I even put one by the TV in there. So surprisingly versatile. My cutesy little comfy gamer kit still even works for Don Lothario, who maybe couldn't be more opposite from me. Don Lothario and I have possibly nothing in common. Like, he is maybe the least similar to me sim out of the entire game. So I was kind of relieved that I could use a couple of those things in there. Now, the basement I thought was kind of fun. I've been using a lot more basement stuff recently. I never used to do this. I kind of just forget about basements. I've always said that I think it might be because I'm from Florida. We don't have basements here. Like, I didn't grow up in a place that has basements. They're never on my mind. And obviously basements didn't come out straight away for The Sims 4, so that doesn't help either. But I never add them, but most of my builds in the past couple weeks have had a basement. Of course, Dawn's is kind of like a games room. So I give him the card table, he has that foosball table. I built this cool platform space for his bar, and I tried so hard to use the mini fridge in here. I just hate the mini fridge. I think I hate all mini fridges in The Sims 4, which is so sad because I wanted them before we had them. And now that we do have them, I never ever put them anywhere. And I know I've said this a bunch of times this week in videos, but I think it's because of the size of them. The mini fridge does not fit with the counters. It's like too tall and it's too skinny and it doesn't fit next to them. So if I want to put in a built-in counter somewhere, you can't put the mini fridge in it because it doesn't work. And I always want to put the mini fridge with built-in counters because for me, I want to have like a drinks cooler next to the bar, or I want to put a mini fridge by the grill in my backyard. And you just can't really do that in The Sims 4. If the mini fridge worked like the dishwasher and it's slotted in, perfect. That would be perfect. But as of right now, so hard to use. I did put a mini fridge in here. I put it next to the bookshelf, so it's kind of just on the other side of the room. But you would want it to be up there with the bar, and it didn't really fit. So I'm sorry about that, but at least I used it. That was my first time actually using the mini fridge when I put it in here, because I've tried in all my builds, but it didn't work. Like in the starter home, don't even get me started. The thing is 750 simoleons. We cannot afford that, so I didn't even try. Oh, and a couple other little details. I put the dartboard in here, and then I was thinking about trying to put like some built-in storage, and my Twitch chat was like, no, Kayla, put the closet, like the woohoo closet. So I used that in the basement as well. There's a bunch of woohoo spots in Don's house. I have the woohoo blanket in his office. He has the hot tub. We've got the closet down here. I gave him the heart bed upstairs in his bedroom, so he has a lot of options for you. The heart bed was kind of a controversial choice with my Twitch stream as well, and I agree, I don't think I like the look of the heart bed for Don. Like, I don't know if the shape of it and the style of it is necessarily his vibe, but the heart bed is so silly and it vibrates and it's like so Don Lothario in function that I thought it was okay to still use. And I used it in just black, so if you're not looking too closely at it, I don't think it's so terrible. But you see what I mean? Like even the tufted section, I don't know if he would really have that in his house, but I tried it anyway. And weirdly, his bedroom is actually smaller than the office, but that's just kind of how it fit so I could have the ensuite bathroom. And I think it's okay like that. His bedroom isn't that detailed. It's just got some cute wallpapers. He has a dresser and some clutter in there. I ended up moving the trunk into the closet as well, because that trunk has the costumes from Love Struck, so you can put on like an eggplant costume, and he has a closet, so I used that in there. I cut out a couple things from the speed build because it was so long, so I don't have like the hallways or the bathrooms in this video, but I'll show you a tour at the end so I can point out where it is a little bit better. I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm not actually showing you the process of building them and I'm just zooming around, so don't worry, we'll go back slower and like take a look at it all at the end. Don's kit also has a couple of car swatches on posters, and I don't know how I feel about that because I feel like there is no shot that that is a hint, right? Like I don't think there's any way that The Sims 4 is gonna get cars. I think that ship has long sailed. Like there's just no way. And maybe I could be wrong because I thought that about infants too. I was like, we're not gonna get another life state. They're never gonna free the babies. And then they did. So maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like there's no way that cars could work with how The Sims 4 is right now. Like all of the worlds are not built for cars. Everything is so pedestrian. Like I just don't even think they can go back and change change that. So I've kind of given up. I don't even want cars anymore. But a lot of people do still, and they get talked about a lot. And so them making this car poster feels like a cruel joke. Because of course Don would be a car guy. Like he would have car posters. I could totally see that. But in The Sims 4, does Don even know what a car is? People are always searching for hints and stuff like that. Like even with the posters from my kit, because in my kit we've got a bunch of these old Sims game posters. They drew Simlish versions of like the Sims 2 poster and the Sims Medieval poster. And I've seen people saying like, oh my god, maybe it's a hint and they're gonna remaster the Sims 1. And as far as I'm aware, that's not true. Like that's not even close to being true. I have seen some theories that they're gonna announce a Sims 1 or maybe Sims 2 remaster this week with the Nostalgia Now thing. But let me make it clear that I'm not involved. Like my posters have got nothing to do with that. They're unrelated. I don't know anything about that. Like please don't get upset if it's not true, because it's not a hint. I don't know how else I can put this, but like it wasn't a hint. And I learned that the people who were working on my kit, they didn't even know about the My Sims Kingdom remaster. So even if The Sims 1 is coming out again, I doubt that the people who drew those kit posters knew that, because they made them like months and months and months ago and they aren't really in the know about stuff like that. But who knows? I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm not involved. Please do not take my stuff as a hint, because that was not the intention. I'm just a fan of old Sims stuff. I've been talking so much that I didn't even mention Don's office, but you saw he's got kind of like a little gaming section. He's got a computer and he's got his bear rug next to the fireplace that is a woohoo rug. And now we are moving on to Bella's space. Now, I kind of cut out the floor plan making, so if you're wondering where the walls have come from, I cut that part out because I'm gonna change it completely. So the walls are all there right now, but I'm deleting them and redoing the whole thing. So I didn't want to make you watch me do it twice. It was kind of a process to figure out how I wanted to lay this out, because I had a basement in the beginning. My first plan was to have Bella have like her secret bookcase door go into a basement and have that secret sanctuary downstairs in a basement room, but I ended up changing my mind because the basement staircase was cutting into the house too much. It was like hard to work around with the floor plan. I gave her a secret office behind the bookcase doors downstairs, and then I stole the whole attic and I gave her the entire attic as part of her house, including the attic on top of Dawn's apartment. So she's got like a double wide attic room that becomes the primary bedroom. It's got an ensuite and like laundry and all these things. And I thought that made a little bit more sense. That's part of why she's able to have so many bedrooms, is because she's got all that extra space up there. Watching this back is stressing me out because there's so much disorder and chaos in how I'm trying to lay this out. But basically, we've got a little living room right by the front door. The kitchen goes next to it, and then we have a tiny dining room next to that, kind of in between the office space. The front door also has a way bigger entry. I sort of expanded upon that too to make it make a little bit more sense. I wanted the floor plan to be kind of closed off. I felt like it made more sense in her space to have it be older. They haven't taken down any walls. And I liked how contrasting that was from Dawn's room too, because his is just wide open. It's all one big space. So I wanted to kind of have the opposite. I also used that checkerboard tile. That's actually base game. I don't really normally use that one. Normally I'll use the big marble and make my own checkerboard by like placing one black tile and one white tile. So I wanted to use this in here because I liked it being a little bit smaller, but it's kind of busy, so hopefully it's not too bad. I used the Life and Death kitchen counters for Bella's space because I've been saying ever since Life and Death came out, I was like, this is so Bella Goth. Everything in this pack to me is how I envision Bella Goth's house would look. I need to rebuild her house with just Life and Death, but like her actual house, not something like this. I've got such a long list of builds that I want to do still. This is the thing. I have so much going on right now because of the wedding coming up and all of this stuff, and all I want to do is play Sims. I have like a dozen build ideas queued up, and I'm just not gonna have time to get to them for like 2-3 weeks. Speaking of the wedding though, I've been doing like weekly wedding updates for the past little bit, and now the wedding's in 2 weeks, so we've got big updates. I still cannot believe that I booked it for the week of the Sims 25th anniversary. I am so stupid for that. Like, I honestly cannot believe that I have done this, but whatever, it's too late. It's gonna be fine. The wedding isn't until the weekend and the anniversary is on Tuesday, so there's plenty of time. And I don't think I've told you this yet, but it's actually worse. It's worse than you think, because I also booked the wedding on Super Bowl Sunday without realizing, which I care less about personally, but some people care about. I didn't even think about that. I forgot about the Super Bowl. Like, that wasn't even on my mind at all. When I booked the wedding, I was talking to the venue because I picked out the venue and I was like, okay, what days do you have available in February? Because I wanted it to be around this time, but I didn't really care when it was. I just wanted it to be around this time because the weather's a bit nicer in Florida right now. I don't want it to be hot. Like, I wanted it to be in February, but didn't care what week. Honestly, if anything, I just didn't want it to be on Valentine's Day. Like, I didn't want to have a Valentine's Day wedding, but otherwise, I didn't really care. Yeah, well, I booked it for Super Bowl Sunday, the week of the Sims' 25th birthday. Unbelievable. Unbelievable of me, but it's fine. We're just moving on. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. This whole time I wasn't gonna say the date of the wedding, but like at this point, it's close. People can already tell, like it doesn't matter. And it's just kind of funny. Like I can laugh at myself for this kind of mistake. But yeah, anyway, last minute things going on. I got a haircut this week, which you might think is a regrettable decision to cut your hair 2 weeks before the wedding, but I like my hair this length, so I like timed it to be around when it would be the right length. I want my hair to be short, so this is perfect for me. And hey, it didn't go bad. It turned out fine, and I was very brave and didn't cut it myself. Because for the past couple of years, I cut my hair around every like month and a half. Because when my hair is this short, you kind of have to keep cutting it, otherwise it grows out too much and it bothers me. I don't want it to touch my shoulders, that's my problem. So I need to cut it pretty often, and in the past couple of years, I've probably only been to like a hairdresser to actually cut it maybe twice or 3 times, but I've cut it myself like 10 plus times in that time. And I've definitely made some mistakes in the process. I'm not necessarily good at doing it myself. I just don't really care that much if it's not good. So I don't really mind. I don't really get out much, and I record my videos from this way on. So if the back is bad, no one can tell and it's not a big deal. Well, at the wedding, it probably shouldn't look bad. So I got it professionally cut. I also saw some concern in my comments about cutting my hair so close to the wedding and like, what are you gonna do for a hairstyle? But I already had a hair and makeup trial with like the people who were gonna do my hair and makeup, and my hair was this short then too. I actually posted a picture of that on my Instagram when I got my hair and makeup done for it. So if you wanna see it, it's already there. We're gonna do the exact same thing. It's not gonna look different. So that's fine. Confirmed, it's fine. I actually had a really hard time finding inspo photos of what to do with my hair this short, because when you look up bridal hair and stuff, it's a lot of long hair. It's just kind of hard to find what I thought would be good for my hair this length, but it's basically just kind of like pinned back a little bit, like half up, half down, but curly and stuff. But if you are in the same boat as me and you have short hair, you can look at my Instagram if you want some ideas of how I'm doing it. I also got a bunch of comments that were like, Kayla, have you considered getting extensions for the wedding? And I don't think anybody means any harm with that, but it's like, guys, it's too late. Also, I cut my hair short on purpose. What are you trying to say? I used to have a lot longer hair when I was in high school, but it's been a long time since then. My hair used to be down to like here when I was younger, but I cut it when I was like 17 or 18, and I've been keeping it short ever since, because that's just my preference. The other big wedding update is that I'm currently 10 videos ahead. I have recorded 10 videos that I have not posted yet on YouTube. My goal is to take a full week off over the wedding, and so I want to have a lot of videos ready. Obviously, like, the wedding is still a few weeks away, so we're kind of spacing them out between there, but we're on track to be able to upload every day during the wedding, but also me not have to actually work during that time, which is perfect. There's just some things that I can't record in advance. Like, I want to make videos about the Sims update that's coming, but I don't know what really is going to be in the Sims update, and I'm going to want to play with it, and I just can't do that until the 4th. But yeah, I think that covers all of the updates for today. Let's talk about the house again for a second. I'm doing Bella's little secret room right now that's behind those bookcase doors, and I love how the downstairs of this house turned out. I thought it was so cool. And now we're moving upstairs into the top floor where the primary bedroom is. Right now it's a disaster because the roof is blocking it. I originally didn't do roofs like around the room because I was just gonna not use the attic space. But then I thought, you know what? No, we should take advantage of this 3rd floor. So right now I'm changing the roof a little bit. It's gonna look the same, but I did it in a bunch of different pieces. If you ever have a clipping problem with roofs like that, you basically have to place like a dozen different roof pieces around the room completely so that it won't clip. So to get it to like not clip through a dormer, you're gonna need 3 different roof pieces just for that small dormer section. It's very annoying, but once you get used to doing it, it's not so confusing or difficult. I have posted videos of like roofing tutorials on my YouTube channel before if you're confused by what I mean. But that's how I was able to get this to not clip onto the inside so I could actually see the upstairs area. And in Bella's room up here, there's not like a bedroom door. You just go up the staircase into the space, and she's got her bed off to the corner. She has a fireplace. She's got a couch. I gave her a piano. I also put a vanity table in there. She's got a walk-in closet with an ensuite ensuite bathroom through it. This like long skinny room becomes the walk-in closet and you walk through it to get to the bathroom. And there's also this weird little tiny room that I put laundry in. I don't know if it's very weird to have laundry inside of the bedroom like this, but I thought that it fit pretty nicely. And I was trying to make the room less of a weird shape by like walling off parts of it. And there isn't laundry anywhere else. So functionally, it's nice to have. It's just kind of annoying for the only washer and dryer to be in someone's bedroom. In real life, fancy houses sometimes have extra washer and dryers. Like if you look at like the really expensive mansions on Zillow, you might see like some of those fancy houses have a washer and dryer in the primary bedroom's closet. Like I have seen people do stuff like that before, but it's usually not the only washer and dryer in that case. I was also talking on stream about how, oh no, it's gonna be kind of loud to have the washer and dryer in your bedroom. And then I realized I had a house like that for like 5 years and it was loud, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I just felt kind of silly complaining about it on stream, like, oh no, how is she gonna sleep like this? And then I was like, oh yeah, how did I sleep like that? It's not actually a big deal, but you know how they are. Washer and dryers are kind of loud. And in my old townhouse, the washer and dryer shared a wall with my bedroom because it was quite small in there, obviously. So when it's on, it's like the machine's gonna take off. It's so loud, but it's not that big of a deal. Bella can handle it. She'll be fine. It's also The Sims, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. Now, Bella's backyard is completely different from what Dawn's looks like. Hers is a little bit more whimsical. It's got way more plants. I also used this really pretty pergola from the Riviera Retreat kit. I got a lot of questions asking if that was CC, and I honestly sad to tell you that it's not custom content. It is a paid for item that you have to buy in a kit. The Riviera Retreat kit is the one that's got a bunch of pool stuff. It's like a bunch of outdoor nice things. It has like waterfalls for your pool and stuff like that, but this pergola comes in it. It has a couple swatches that have vines on it and a couple that have curtains hanging from it. And it is really pretty. It's also kind of hard to use at times because it's so big, but I felt like it fit perfectly in there and I could totally see her having that secret garden. She literally has a kit called the Secret Sanctuary kit. And that feels like a secret sanctuary in her backyard. So that's why I put that there. And now we're doing the last floor, which is actually the middle floor. And this one has all the other bedrooms on it. So there's 3 bedrooms in here. One, I used the Goth Baby kit, the Storybook Nursery kit in. The other one is a kid's room, and I used more of the Goth Baby kit, including the Goth House dollhouse. And then the last one becomes a teenager's room. So I'll kind of walk you through some details of each of them as we're going through this. It's pretty much all red and black, just to kind of fit Bella's vibe. I don't know if I necessarily like the baby's room very much. Like that color red, it's almost a little bit orangey. It's like a scarlet color. It's not really my favorite. I think orange and red are my 2 least favorite colors of all time. So when you combine them, even worse. But I still used it. And then this next room has a Realm of Magic wallpaper that's kind of pink colored. And this one is for the kids. So they've got a really expensive bed, like the most expensive single bed from the base game. And at first I had the base game dollhouse. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Like, why would I have used that one? Obviously I swapped it out for the one from the pack instead. I also had a lot of black accents in here. It's kind of black and pink. So I have like the Goth Baby kit canopy. There's a black and white cat plushie. We've got a bookshelf and just some extra little toys and stuff. I don't know if I've done a kid's bedroom in this color scheme before. It's rare that I use black in a lot of my Sims houses anyway. I do a lot of like lighter colors in builds, so it was kind of fun to try this as something different. It does look really dark. I had to add a lot of extra lights to try and brighten it up a little bit more. One of the other highlights from this one is Bella's really beautiful gallery wall. There's a couple of items that I like a lot from Bella Goth's kit, specifically that set of photo frames. You can see one of them there in that pink kids room. That has got to be one of my favorite pieces of wall art that we have ever gotten in The Sims 4. I also like Bella's couch a lot, and I think I really enjoy the music player that they made for her. Otherwise, the rest of it isn't my favorite. There is a nice frame TV, there's a vanity table, but a few of those things just have swatches that I don't love. Like the vanity table I found kind of hard to use because the colors don't really work quite right. And the fireplace is kind of a funky shape, but I do like that about it. I also really like the cast from Bella's kit, specifically one of the dresses that it comes with, I think is stunning. If I had to pick between these 2 kits, I would probably buy Bella's. But again, that really comes down to your personal style preference. They're so specific. Like not everybody is gonna like everything from both of them. And if you want to see more of these kits, like more in depth, I'm gonna link the video that I made reviewing them down below. I went through every single item in that video. It is kind of long because I talked about 3 kits in it, but you can skim through it to get to the different parts. And with that, we are finally done with the speed build. So I'm gonna pop back into the game and I'm gonna give you a tour of the fully finished product. So I built this in Windenburg and I made it back here here in the downtown section on the Proprietor's Square lot. It's a 30 by 20 horizontal lot. The default house is not my favorite, so I'm just gonna bulldoze that. To place it, you have to swap the lot type first. It's kind of annoying. So just change it into a residential rental if you've got for rent, and then look for Belladonna Duplex on the gallery. It does use a million packs. I'm so sorry about this. Honestly, this is like disgusting of me to have done. And it costs over 280,000 simoleons as well. Oh my gosh. Looking at it listed out like that is horrifying. But this is what the finished product looks like. So I added a couple of extra things onto the outside. I went through and I added some planter boxes and some trees to kind of line the front yard. Both of their yards are staggered just like the houses are, and they've got some fancy mailboxes. We'll start over here on Dawn's half outside. So out here, he's got a hot tub, some lounge chairs, a little table. I used the candle from my kit out there. Along the back, he's got a grill and a pizza oven. I kind of liked how it was long and skinny back there. He also has a little gate and a trash can and a back door that'll take you into his gym, but we're gonna go in through the front door instead. And when you first come in here, you're gonna enter into this little entryway right here. You could go upstairs if you want to, or you could come further into the house. And this is kind of an overview of his downstairs area. He's got an enormous TV. Like, honestly, could not be bigger, this giant TV he has. Lots of little details like these photos of Dawn from his kit. His kitchen is back here. You can see it's got a lot of that like blue, brown, and black color scheme. There's a very small dining table. He also has a little bathroom downstairs. I thought the artwork from his kit worked really well in all these spaces, and I even used my LED sign. I thought it kind of fit right there. The gym is maybe my favorite part. Oh, one of the items glitched. It didn't even place, there's a shelf right there. Hold on. Let me replace this with move objects on. What? It's still gone. That's so weird. Well, there's supposed to be a shelf in there, but anyway, he's got a gym. I used the shelves from my kit to put some gym equipment and a little plant on it. And then if you go into his basement, there's another little tiny half bathroom down here, plus foosball from Get Together, his closet. We've got the bar space. It has a drink tray and also an actual bar. And then he's got his little games table, a couch, and a mini fridge. I also put this dartboard here, so if you're wondering what this line on the ground is right here, that's part of the dartboard, but it is functional, so you can play darts. Upstairs again, this is kind of like the little hallway that we've got. Nothing too fancy, just got some decor in there. This is his office space, and the bear rug is disgusting. I hate that, but it does feel very him, so I kept it. He's got a fireplace and a couch with the LED lights around the TV. He's got a game console and some controllers. I also put like a magazine over there, and then he has his little desk over here. We were talking on stream about how we thought maybe he was a podcaster. I feel like John Lothario is a crypto bro that tries to have a tech podcast. Emphasis on tries, because I don't know. I don't really think of Don as being very smart or very nice. He's not a very good person. It's hard to compliment him when he's just a horrible, dirty cheater. But anyway, here's his bedroom. He's got that heart bed. I put the couch in a lot of his rooms. I just liked the color of it. And then through here, he's got like a little walk-in closet with his clothing. He has the costume trunk, and then you can come further into his bathroom. Why does this happen? I also had this black, but it changed the color. The half-fall trims are quite buggy. I think we all know that. But I made him a custom walk-in shower. He's got his sinks. I even put like the razor and some other clutter on his sinks. I don't often use the bathroom clutter kit, but I tried in here. And that is the whole of John Lothario's side of his house. When you come over next door, it is completely different. Bella has like a little dining table. She's got her beautiful secret garden with lots of red flowers and a grill. I put a telescope, fairy lights, and she also has a hot tub. And when you go into Bella's house, you'll enter into this small little entryway right here. Lots of red and black accents, obviously with like the clock and the pictures. She has a bathroom downstairs, very much black and gold going on in here. Further forward, this is her living room. This is actually a frame TV, so it looks like a picture when it's off, but it's a TV when it's on. She's got her music. This is a tea tray from her kit. This is that beautiful art that I was telling you about that I just love so much. I've got a lot of the vampires pack in here for wallpapers. This picture I get asked a lot about too. This is from Werewolves, if you're curious, but I'm kind of obsessed with the color scheme in here. And then further forward is her kitchen, again with the black and gold accents going on in this room. And you can come through there into the dining room where I put the bar. I actually used the bar from Dawn's kit. I've got some cute shelving decor, and don't worry, your Sims can get through here. I tested it. They only actually need a half tile, so they can walk in that space. It just looks really tight, but it is functional. There's another tea tray and some more pictures in here, and then this is the secret door, and you can get into her secret office from there, which I was kind of obsessed with. Then if you go upstairs, this is the little hallway. hallway. Nothing too fancy, just more bookshelves and stuff. Here is the hall bathroom for the upstairs space. Kind of a different color scheme than downstairs, and I even used this shower from For Rent, but it has gold and red, so I felt like it kind of matched. This is the goth baby's room. It's really tight, but it does work. We have the kids' bedroom with the black and pink color scheme, and then I didn't talk too much about this teens room, but it also kind of has that black and purple sort of vibe to it. They've got a little desk and a computer off to the corner. They're all sort of weird shaped rooms, but I like them a lot. I think it's fun how they're funky. And you can also go up this staircase in the middle to get into the attic. So you'll just walk up the stairs there. She's got a couch. We have her vanity table with a jewelry box on it. There's a piano. She has a fireplace in front of her bed over here. This is the laundry room that I was telling you about. And then in here we have this really fancy walk-in closet with like a mirror and some clothes. And then of course her bathroom. And this one also has a custom shower. This is using the shower door from Lovestruck. I just put the shower door on a half wall and then it looks like a fancy custom shower. But I am kind of obsessed with the black and gold in there. It feels very Bella. And that is the entire house. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. I know it's been a long video and I've been talking a lot, but thank you for watching. It's really fun to try and do stuff so heavily inspired by these new kits because I feel like both of these things are kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone. They're both quite different from what I normally would build, and it's cool that they're put together as well. I don't know, it was kind of an interesting challenge. But with that, I'm gonna end it right here and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I never know if people like speed builds like this because the build is fun, but my goodness, my voiceovers are all over the place. I'm just sat here talking about anything in these videos. It's fun for me and hopefully it's okay for you as well.